Hello, and welcome to Wealth Builders Worldwide. Today's message is entitled, This is the One. On this CD, we are featuring Dr. Dennis Steigerwald. He has been in the network marketing environment for more than 30 years. He is one of the senior partners and top income earners at Karatbars International. Also featured on this CD is Mr. Ty Best. He's been in the network marketing environment for more than 34 years. He is one of the senior partners and top income earners at Karatbars International. Mr. Ty Best is the CEO and founder of Wealth Builders Worldwide. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Dennis Steigerwald.
Thank you, Ms. Abram, and it's a pleasure to be here. Folks, this is Dr. Dennis Steigerwald. I'm a retired doctor of chiropractic, as Ms. Abram said. I did very well in chiropractic, and then something bad happened. I had a car accident, of all things, for a chiropractor. That's not the most common way to end your practice, but it ended mine, and it left my wife and I in dire straits. I had gone from everything you could possibly want in life, something I worked hard for, something I planned for, something I put into effect, protected myself with everything that most people think is protection. Then I ended up with the house on looking out over the beach in North County, San Diego, everything you want, and within 6 months it was gone. Within a year, I was devastated, and my wife and I struggled for years. We found referral marketing, which I was reticent to do at first. I had a bad mindset about it. Then I looked at it and I said, here's a way people are helping other people, and it looks really good. I want to find really great products and ways to help people, and I did. And for 30 years, I've done that. It was very good for us up till 2008. And then I learned a lesson, big lesson. I learned how money impacts people's lives and how money is manipulated by forces outside of our control. And I learned about things like runaway inflation and the Fed and the manipulation of monies and all this other stuff the hard way. And for 3 years, my wife and I really struggled because we lost everything again, borrowing money from my family, having trouble paying rent. It's as bad as you can imagine. And then someone came to me with this program, Karatbars International. It wasn't even named that at the time. It became that. But I saw the first iteration of it, and I loved the concept. They were going to empower people to do something I should have been doing a long time ago, acquire gold. When I could afford it, I should have acquired as much as I could, but I didn't. And now I couldn't afford it. But they came out with the idea, brilliant idea, of making it possible for anyone in the world to acquire gold in small amounts so that the price of it was such that anybody could afford. We're talking worldwide, even in very poor countries. It is a brilliant idea. And they did it in a form of taking that 999.9 bullion, 24-karat gold, highest quality in the world, press it into a card, laminate it, put security features on it so that it could be used in a medium of exchange. Brilliant idea. People started to see this, and they said, wow, I can acquire gold. But not only that, I can, through the referral program with Karatbars, through their affiliate program, actually share this beautiful thing with other people and generate income both in currency of my country and in gold money. Because that's what I realized this company was doing. They were introducing the first step in that would lead to a global gold money system. So I said, I'm going fast and hard. I asked my wife, Jackie, can we stand 2 more years, because they're not ready yet, of this life if it changes everything? And she, bless her, said yes. And we did that. Now everything's different. And this company has taken us from busted and broken borrowing to financially free in the last 4 years. You can do this too, but it's going to be easier for you because the company is now moving to the next step in this global gold money system. They're going to, right now they're doing it, not they're going to, right now they are inviting vendors from around the world to participate in an exchange system that will use Karatbar's gold money in a couple of forms. Those cards, now bills, cash gold is out there with gold in it, not gold-backed money, gold money, real gold money. This is a first, folks, and it's starting to distribute worldwide. Now they're inviting vendors from all over the world and to join and accept this gold money. And by the end of the year, in some cases, using the next step, which is an app that'll allow people to shop with these vendors, and the vendors give gold back into the shopper's gold account. People will be able to acquire gold 3 ways now: by changing fiat currency into it through an auto exchange program that's free and easy to use, by referring this program to others, and when they tell people who tell people, that's happened to me, that referral income in gold, money, and cash of your country, and by shopping. They'll be able to acquire gold by shopping. That's where we are now. This is about to go viral. This is about to become one of the biggest things the world's ever seen. They actually have a program that the person that gave you this CD can talk to you about, where you can get paid on every product sold by the whole company worldwide forever, not just in the group, the organization or group you get started or the referrals you've made, but the whole company. Folks, I've never seen in 30 years anything that is close to this in scope and breadth. And as a doctor, I feel great about it, because some people will say, well, it's money. And I go, yeah, you know what money does? When it's coming in and you've done it in the right way and you're financially free and you have time freedom and location freedom, live where you want, all of these things, you can now exercise. You can now take time off. You can take a deep breath and relax when you're supposed to. You can eat the good food. You can do all the things that are consistent with health. All these miraculous new nutraceuticals and vitamins and minerals, all these new things that are out there, you can now afford them. All the food you should eat, you can afford them. Your family can afford them. Here's where that's what you're looking at right now, a chance to actually break through and have that level of freedom and share it with others. I love the idea of generating substantial income by helping others. And this program, in my opinion, has solved one of the biggest problems in the world. And if you ever want to make money in this industry, find a problem and then look for who has the solution and help that person with the solution as long as it will pay you. Here we are. That's what we have with Karatbars, and that's where it's going next. Your timing couldn't be better. This first 6 years has proved that they're real. Mr. Best will talk to you a little bit about that in just a second. But this next iteration, or I should say this next step really, in this introduction of the global gold money system. So far it's been a gold acquisition and savings system. That stays in place, and now it goes to this next step. Multimillionaires are going to be made. But more importantly, generational wealth will be established. That, to me, is priceless. So I'll turn it back to you, Ms. Abram, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dennis Steigerwald, for sharing your story and why Karatbars International is the one. Now, I am pleased to announce the CEO and founder of Wealth Builders Worldwide, Mr. Ty Best.
Hey, well, thank you very much, Ms. Abram, and thank you, Dr. Dennis Steigerwald, for that message. What a powerful message. Let me tell you, folks, I'm sort of like Dr. Steigerwald. I've been in the industry over 30 years at that time, and I was sort of sitting at home minding my own business. I'd owned 3 different companies. I've been full-time in the industry over 20 years. I retired when I was 40 years old. I was now 59 years old, and I get a phone call. And that phone call said Karatbars, and I really was not interested. But he caught my attention because I looked at it right away, and as Dr. Steigerwald talked about, that card with the gold press in it caught my attention because I knew it was a unique product. And I said, that product is phenomenal. The marketplace would love that product, and that product could translate into any language, into any country. I got all of that based on my experience. I understood something. So I went about doing my own due diligence. And I spent about 3-4 days checking out the company. Now, I don't know why. The company's already, 3+ years old before I got involved, but, we all feel like we had to do our own homework. Well, I did my own homework, and I talked to 3 or 4 of the top income earners in the company, and one of the gentlemen I talked to was a former linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks, Mr. Joe Norman. I'll never forget my conversation with him, and Joe Norman said something to me. He didn't pitch me about the program. He said, Tyrone, he said, I'm going to say this to you. You give Karatbars your A game. You give it all you got. Now, I'm in my semi-retired state, just hanging around the house with my wife and 2 kids. I'm not looking for anything to do. But he said, you give Karatbars your A game, and you will never be disappointed. There are no got-yous. There's no hidden agenda. It's simple. We allow people to acquire gold. We allow the master to acquire gold in 1, 2.5, 5-gram increments and build a business worldwide. It is that simple. And, folks, he told the absolute truth. I've never been disappointed. I'm coming up on 4 years involved in Karatbars. I've never been disappointed, not one time. It's exceeded every single expectation I've ever had for a program, for a company. I've gotten paid 5 times a month, every single month, from the first day I got involved. And what makes Karatbars so unique? Like I said, I've been free for 22 years. Okay? The first thing that makes unique to me is the 4 pillars of what I call credibility. We don't have a credibility issue. As Dr. Steigerwald said, we have the best gold that money can buy. 24 karat, 999.9 pure gold. It's gold accredited by the London Bullion Marketing Association. It is the best gold that you can acquire for your money. We operate in 120 countries right now. So the minute you decide to get involved in Karatbars, you just open up a business where you have access to 120 markets. We get paid every single Friday and the first of every month with a gold MasterCard. Now, this MasterCard has MasterCard's logo on it and Karatbars' logo. Now, you understand, MasterCard, it is their business to vet people, to vet companies, to verify the credibility of people and companies. That's what they do. And that's how we get paid. And that MasterCard is good in 100 million locations around the world. No matter where you go with that MasterCard, no matter where you're traveling, visiting, cruising, you stick it into any ATM machine, it'll give you that country's currency. And then we have all the gold is delivered directly to your house via FedEx. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar corporation that has a long-term agreement to deliver the gold directly to your doorsteps. We don't have any credibility issues. Then the final piece of credibility is the fact that we actually have a long-term agreement with the Vatican, and we marketed now over 300,000 1-gram cards with the Pope's picture on it. Folks, we're legitimate, we're real, we're solid, and I believe that Karatbars represents the best opportunity, the best chance for the average person to transform their financial life in a way they can't imagine. And when you transform your financial life, as Dr. Dennis Steigerwald so eloquently said, you transform your total life because you eat better, you live better, you exercise more. And some 70 to 80% of all diseases and things that people suffer from is a direct result of stress related to financial trauma. But I'm not going to get into all of that. Number one, this is what you need to keep in mind. It's free to enroll in Karatbars. Mr. Harold Seitz, the founding CEO, said, I want everybody to have access to this opportunity. So from day one, you can enroll for free. All we need is a phone number and an email account and your address. That's it. You're a total unencumbered from the world's banking system. That's it. You have your free gold account that's available worldwide to anyone. Free to enroll. The day you enroll, you have access to a multi-million-dollar software package. That's right. It doesn't cost you a dime. There's no monthly fee, no maintenance fee, no hidden fees, no transaction fees. Okay? It's a multi-million-dollar software that Mr. Harold Seitz literally gives everybody access to the day you enroll for free, and it's available 24/7 worldwide. Our product is money. Most people who are involved in a home-based business of some kind, they spend all their time chasing money We don't chase money. When you acquire gold from Kairabas, you just acquired money because our product is money. And not just money, it's gold as money. That means it is a potential appreciating asset. Now, I say potential just to keep it legal, because this is not an investment. We're not looking for investors. When you acquire gold and it's delivered to your house, you have the physical possession of the gold in your hands. And as gold goes up in value, that asset appreciates. That's very important to understand, folks. So, yes, I'm flat out excited about what we have our hands on. I appreciate Dr. Steigerwald for being on this call, for bringing his expertise and his experience to this call. And yes, there's so many things we could tell you about that's going to happen in the future. We could be here for another 2 hours, but we're not going to do that. What you need to understand is, number one, it's free to enroll. Number two, you're in a position to start acquiring gold, 1, 2.5, 5 increments at a time. And understand this, only 1% of the world's population owns physical gold. That's the very wealthy. There is a reason for that. Once you plug into our system at wealthbuildersworldwide.info, you'll understand that you'll start to be educated. I've learned more about money and gold in the last 47 months than I have my entire 62 years on this planet. You're going to learn that here. You want to be involved with us. And one last little piece of the puzzle I almost forgot, and I want to add this, and this is very important. Everything you build here, all the gold that you acquire, that's a part of your legacy. You can leave that gold to your spouse, leave it to your kids, leave it to your children's kids, but not just the gold. As you decide to share this with other people around the world and build your business, you have built a business that's a willable part of your estate. You're building something for generations to come. Can you imagine building income of $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 a month, and something happens to you, you leave it to your spouse, or you leave it to your children or to your grandchildren? And understand, we're not practicing. There are people already in the world of Kairabas making $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $100,000 plus per month already, and we haven't even really got started yet, because the potential income is unlimited. So I would encourage you, get back with the person who shared this audio message with you and get started today. Get your package today. Don't hesitate to get started now. Get a sense of urgency about this thing that you've never had about anything your entire life, and your life's going to be transformed in the next 12 to 24 months like you can't imagine. So I thank you for your time. I want to turn it back over to Ms. Abram.
Thank you for listening to this message. Get back to the person who shared this information with you and get started today.